Yes.
Once he shut down, once he went self-destructive, obsessed to get him.
Yeah.
What side of Sam are we going to see finding Dean this time?
I think we're going to see a much more responsible, level-headed. Oddly, I think Sam knows he specifically has insight into what's going on because Sam's been possessed by Lucifer, so Sam's been possessed by an archangel. He has some knowledge. He and Cass, uniquely almost, have some knowledge of what that's like. Also, Sam has another responsibility of he's got however many Apocalypse World hunters living in the bunker. And those Apocalypse World hunters want to kill Michael because Michael destroyed their planet. They don't necessarily want to save Dean. They'd love to save Dean, but they're not. Sam is their de facto leader, I suppose, because now they're in Sam's world and they're in Sam's bunker. But these guys want to kill the guy that killed their families, Whereas Sam has to be very level-headed and methodical. He's very much older and wiser than he used to be. I wish the same could be said about Jared, but I'm just kidding. I feel like we see a cool, methodical, thoughtful side to Sam. He's very stressed out, no time to shave, but he's still going to do whatever it takes to try and get his brother back.
So I am from Argentina.
Yeah.
In Argentina, Supernatural is a really big show and everybody loves it.
Awesome.
Me included. But I wonder how that is for you as an actor, but also how you feel worldwide viewers can connect with the show.
Yeah, I love Argentina, and I have a very funny story. I went to Buenos Aires, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 years ago for New Year's with my sister. We went to Prito Moreno Glacier and kind of traveled around a little bit. And we went to go see Tango.
Oh.
And we get there, just because you were saying it's a big show in Argentina. This is 8 years ago. But we get there and we walk in and it's set up, stage is here, and we paid for section B or whatever, which is behind section A, which is the most expensive. And here's Willem Dafoe right in front of us. We're like, badass. I'm a big fan. Anyways, we sit down and they bring drinks and stuff like that. And then one of the hosts comes over and walks us and sits us right in front of Willem Dafoe. And I was like, this is really weird because I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan. And I guess she was a fan of Supernatural, and so she set us forward in the place of honor. I'm like, this is kind of sorry Willem, can I call you Willem? I didn't talk to him, I was too nervous, but it was very funny. I love Argentina. Very, very grateful. I feel really blessed that the way the world is these days with Netflix and finding stuff on iTunes or whatever, you can watch it all over the world. So I'm flattered and grateful, and I can't wait to get back.
All right, you spoke to this already, the fact that you, as well, Sam and Cass, have both been possessed by an archangel, and there was a lot of emotional consequences.
Yeah.
Well, now we have Dean. What do you feel like the emotional consequences that he's going to have to deal with might be?
I feel like, knowing Dean, how we all know Dean for many years, he is less likely to open up and talk about it and deal with it properly, or try and deal with it properly. We're like, that's fine, carry on. So I feel like we're going to see, if and when we get Dean back, which I'm hoping is going to happen because I know he's still on the show. But I can foresee Sam really wanting him to talk about it and open up, and Dean not wanting to talk about it and open up. So we'll see how that plays out, because we still have, whatever happens with Michael, we're still going to have other stuff going on that we have to deal with. So I feel like Dean's going to be very much ignoring what he just went through.
You've reached many milestones over the years, but what is your personal goal for the show? How much further do you want to go?
That's a great question. I want to go as long as I don't feel this show is dead, I mean, there have been, completely honestly, and you guys can say the same thing, even though my bosses are in here. There have been episodes that I've been less excited about than others. There have been episodes that have knocked my socks off. I've been like, holy shit, I get to be a part of this show. Pardon my French. So I still, even this season, I've read 7 episodes of 20. There are still episodes where I'm like, that's cool. Still parts of Sam I get to explore. Still parts of relationships with Dean or Cass or Jack or whomever that I get to explore. And I'm lucky I get to learn a lot about Jared, and whilst, concurrently portraying Sam. So I feel like Sam has helped me learn a lot about myself. So selfishly, I enjoy it. As long as we have a story to tell, I think we'll. Ackles and I kind of say this, wherever it is, and the writers as well. I think we'll kind of know. I think we'll know when the show is when it's time. You know what I mean? I hope that's not for a long time, but I think we'll know when it's time.
Yeah, neither do we.
Thanks very much, guys.
Leaning on anyone, or is anyone going to be leaning on Sam?
I think everyone's leading on Sam, and I think he's being about as good as possible with it. So I'm sure when he gets his brother back, he'll start leaning on other people as well. But, yeah. Thanks, guys.